Welcome dear all. Now we will be starting with Geography, chapter number 2, that is Land, Soil and Water Resources. Coming on to the introduction, land, sometimes referred to as dry land, is the solid surface of the earth, that is, not permanently covered by water. The vast majority of human activity occurs in land areas that support agriculture, habitat and various natural resources. This we all are aware about, that most of the activities are carried on land area. Land covers about 29% of the total area of Earth's surface. Large part is inhabitable because of undulating topography, climatic conditions, forest or deserts, etc. Land use. When we are talking about land use, we all are aware about land is a natural resource and it can be used in multiple ways. It depends on the human being how a person wants to use land. Land is used for different purposes such as cultivation, crop, forestry, grazing, livestock, houses, canal, for mining and manufacturing. This different uses is referred to as land use. You can see the picture. Farming can be done, forest is also can be done, grazing of grounds can be done. A particular land area can be used for multiple uses. Land makes up only about 30% of the surface of the earth because the rest is covered by the ocean and seas. Of this land, only a fraction is habitable by humans. The rest is made of vast desert, dense forest, rugged mountain, etc. As we all know that only a limited part of land area is occupied by human beings for survival. Rest part is covered by either water or either desert area. The rocky slopes of mountain, lowlying areas prone to flooding, dry and sandy desert areas, regions covered by glaciers and thick forested areas are generally sparsely populated. That means these areas are populated but are very sparsely populated. People usually don't want to go and stay there. In fact, 90% of the world's population lives on just 30% of the land. So imagine only 30% of the land area is used by the human beings. Plains and river valleys are the most densely populated areas of the world as they offer suitable land for agriculture. They are also easy to build and live in. Now when we are coming on to classification of land, how can we classify a land in different ways? The very first is on the basis of relief, that is again plateau, plains and mountain. If we talk about fertility, what is the soil fertility? Then on that basis, it is either fertile land which can be grown as in cultivation purpose or a barren land, that is the land which is of no use. Then we have on the basis of development of that area as rural or urban land. If it is rural land, that means if it is a land of village area, it is not that developed, so it is a little bit of use. Whereas the urban land, usually people stay in urban areas, have factories, buildings and other activities on that land, so that land area is developed area. On the basis of ownership of land, now that land is a natural resource, but whether it is occupied by a human being, whether it is taken away by the private company or not. As private land and community owned government land, private land belongs to an individual. Community land is owned by a group of people in a community for common uses like collection of fodder, fruits, nuts or medicinal herbs. So either the community has taken the land for its own purpose, they are growing over there they are rearing some cattle over there, they are growing some medicinal herbs over there, so the community may take the land for their own ownership. These lands are also referred to as common land or common property resources. The next basis of the use we put into as arable land. Now what is arable land? The land which is suitable for crop production. If the fertility of the soil is good enough, so that is arable land. You can grow crops in it. Then comes pasture land, that is used for animal grazing. Forest fallow, Land which can be cultivated but has been left unused for the season. That means the land was actually fertile. The soil fertility was there, but it was left uncultivated. No one was there to go and cultivate the land over there. Cultivable wasteland which can be cultivated but which has been lying fallow for more than 5 years. If a land for more than 5 years is just wasted, that means it is cultivable wasteland. The land can be used for growing crop, but no one is there to grow crop for more than 5 years, so that is cultivable wasteland. Then is non-agricultural land, again the same land. Cultivable wasteland is also known as non-agricultural land because none of the agricultural activities are taking place over there. When we talk about land use, we use land for various purposes such as agriculture, forestry, mining, construction of residential, institutional and industrial structures, for laying roads and railway lines. So different uses are there of land. If we talk about the use of land, it is determined by the physical factors such as topography. Now, how can a person use land? Land can be used in different ways: for building hotel, for building a school, for grazing cattle, but it depends on the soil, climate, minerals and availability of water. Whatever we are doing it on the land, it depends. Human factors such as population, density, availability of capital and technology are also important determinants of use pattern. If we talk about the pattern of land use, net zone area is 46.6%, forest land area is 22.6%, permanent pasture is 3.6%, cultivable wasteland is 4.5%, and land not available for cultivation is 13.5%. That is the source given by Ministry of Agriculture and Government of India. Now in the next lecture we will see about how and different land patterns can be used. Till then, please go through the notes once again.